Check.
Air Academy has elected to receive. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Garry Berry Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Air Academy Cadets and your Coronado Cougars. At this time, would everyone please stand and remove your hats and face the north end of the stadium? National anthem tonight performed by the Coronado Band.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Garry Berry Stadium. Tonight we have got a Week 4 matchup that, quite frankly, since the schedule came out, I've been salivating over a little bit. Because I remember last year's matchup between the Air Academy Cadets and the Coronado Cougars. In the last couple years, we have seen great battles between great running backs. And we expect much the same tonight. Coronado won the toss and elected to defer. So we will see Sam Beers, the fantastic junior running back, and this Air Academy offense. 3-0 are the Cadets, 1-2 are the Cougars, and the Cougars have their hands full with attempting to stop Sam Beers tonight. More on that. Sam Beers has feasted on Cougars in the first 2 years of his career. Now we are about ready to get underway here. Hank Thompson with his foot into it. And it will go down and bounce past Sam Beers into the end zone for a touchback. And the Cadets will start at the 20-yard line. Recent history between these two teams has Air Academy winning 2 of the last 3. Cougars winning an exciting game last year by the score of 34-21. The year before, it was 34 for the Cadets and 20 for the Cougars. Brad Doherty is the quarterback for Air Academy. Behind him will be Malachi Ray, the senior fullback, and the tailback, number 42, Sam Beers, the junior. 606 yards rushing on 57 totes. Already 12 touchdowns in the first 3 games. He had 6 against Palmer last week. And the Cadets start off with a run. And this is going to be a loss of 3. Joey McLaughlin, the junior, on the reverse, will set up 2nd and 13. McLaughlin, 18 carries for 154 yards. Coming into tonight's ball game, number 19 goes for a loss of 3. It brings up 2nd and 13. Defensive front is going to be busy tonight across the front for the Cougars. Sebastian Guerrero, Aiden Luna, Aiden Blanco, and Oliver Myers. Under center now, lone back is Beers. Give it to Beers, coming the near side, breaks one tackle, and he gets brought down after a gain of 10.
Gain of 10 on the play, third down.
Jaden Rempel, the linebacker, in on the tackle. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1 after a gain of 12. Sam Beers, just a junior, but already has caught the attention of many at the college level. 3rd and 1 here. Give it to him deep off the right-hand side. He's met in the hole and still powers ahead to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 and a first down for Air Academy here. Last year, Sam Beers, 29 totes for 185 yards, 2 touchdowns, caught 1 pass for 3 yards. Overall last year in the COVID-shortened season, 105 touches for 476 yards and 4 touchdowns. Two receivers left, 2 receivers right, empty backfield, and that ball in and out of the hands, throwing from McLaughlin.
2nd and 10.
It will be 2nd and 10 now. Braden Doherty, 13 of 22 on the year, 252 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and a pick. Starts off a little too strong for McLaughlin there. Pitch to McLaughlin coming around the near side, and he is going to get gang tackled by the Cougars.
And off the number 11 is Joseph McLaughlin. In run the play, third down.
Jardine in on the tackle for the Cougars. Chase Corbat, a junior, with the last carry. Beers now back in the backfield to the left. Fake it to him, roll out, pressure coming late. Open downfield and through the hands of the intended receiver, Colin Doherty. The junior had it 3 steps behind the nearest Cougar, and it slips right through his fingertips. And that brings up 4th and 9 for the Cadets. Coronado runs that fine balance here as Sam Beers steps back to punt. He is their punter, their place kicker, their punt return man, and their kickoff return specialist. He gets a nice high kick that bounces in and out of the hands. Reality Smith out on the reception. Thought he was going to get what I used to call the Rick Upchurch bounce right into his hands, but he took his eyes looking upfield, and it almost cost the Cougars big time. Ball will be spotted at the 18. But Air Academy's first possession is a punt.
Holding on the receiving team, number 18. The half-minute goal. First down.
So a costly penalty on the Cougars to start the game. Half the distance will back them up to the 9 after they took a little bit of momentum. Now they will start at their 9-yard line. Pass out into the flat to Ross Woods. Ross Woods has got the left sideline. Finally, he's tripped up by Doherty, Colin Doherty. But not until he has picked up a gain all the way out to the 23-yard line of 14 yards. And a first down for the Cougars. This is give straight up the middle and good running room. Ahead for a gain of 4. That is Jardin.
Rushes by number 10, Jalen Jardin. Second down.
3 receivers now to the right of the formation for the Cougars. Give it to Jardin around that side. Not much there. He'll slug his way out to the 29-yard, call it a gain of 2, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Cougars. Quick pass, wide open man. Jaden Rempel takes a shot. But this is Ross Woods who lined up on the inside of the formation all the way across midfield. This one goes for 22 yards and a Cougar first down. Good play selection there. He is the slot man inside. Woods. And a 22-yard carry. Now this is Jardin down the right-hand side, and he'll be ushered out of bounds into the Air Academy bench about the 35-yard line. That is going to be another first down for the Cougars. Cougars racking up some first downs here in the early stages of the game. See if they can keep this drive going. Rempel in the gun. Bring Woods in motion. Give it up to Jardin. Through a hole on the left. Spins out of one tackle. Rumbles all the way down inside the 20-yard line. First and 10 from inside the 20. Pass wide open to the tight end. That is Aiden Blanco. And Blanco down to the 9-yard line. So this Coronado offense is just flat carving up these Cadets on defense to start the game. Off the left-hand side and into the, no, they're going to call him short at the 1. Ross Woods brought down at the 1-yard line. Second and goal from the 1 for the Cougars, in for the touchdown. 6:08 on the clock, touchdown Cougars. Ross Woods finishes it off for the Cougars. And the Cougars go 91 yards after the penalty. Woods takes it over from a yard out. And the Cougars pending the extra point. Hank Thompson on to do the kicking duties for the Cougars. Bad snap, but the kick is up and good. 6:08 left to go in the first quarter. The Cougars take their opening drive and go 91 yards for the opening score of the ball game. Cougars making it look a little bit easy here in the early going. I'm sure it won't be that easy the rest of the game, I guarantee that. Cadets will try again to get Sam Beers going again. But I like the mix of tight end and inside slot man passing that the Cougars used, and it was wide open. The Cadets will have to adjust to that here as the game goes on. Beers stands at his 10 on the right hash. This kick is away, and it'll come down to him. He'll take it at the 9. Bring it up the middle, and he will be met about the 25-yard line and drop there. So a nice 15-yard return. Good coverage by the Cougars not to give up any more. First and goal from the 25 for the Cadets here. Second possession of the ball game. Two receivers spread to the right, to the left. Ball hits the ground, and so does Sam Beers with no gain on the play. First man there was Woods to slow him down, and then the accompaniment came for the Cougars. Second and 10 for the Cadets. Coronado band in force here tonight. Two receivers left, two receivers right in this formation. Beers to the right, and we've got a whistle before things get underway. And timeout, Air Academy. Scott Grindy called the timeout to prevent the delay of game. First timeout for the Cadets, 2 remaining here. 5:11 to go in the first. Cougars on that impressive 91-yard drive take the 7-0 lead with 6:08 on the clock. Doherty will be in the gun. 2 left, 2 right. Now bring the 1 in motion, set up a 3-1. McLaughlin out in the flat. McLaughlin with the catch and out to the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, bring up 2nd and 6 for the Cadets. Cadets trying to loosen up the Cougars' run defense. A little bit of passing to get them off guard. William West, a 6'4" junior, anchoring the middle of that line for the Cougars as they try to keep fresh bodies in and whistle. This might be encroachment on the Cougars.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty. Result in a first down.
And that offsides penalty on the Cougars results in a first down for the Cadets. So 1st and 10 for the Cadets from the 36-yard line. Give it to Beers off the right-hand side. Beers ahead to the 41, so pickup of 5, bring up 2nd and 5. The first down set the ball at the 36, my apologies there. Double wing set, pitch it around to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin is going to be brought down after a gain of just a couple. Rempel with the tackle for the Cougars. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the Cadets. Fourth straight meeting for these two teams. Air Academy has won 2 of the last 3, but Coronado got the win last week. 2 receivers right. Give it to Beers. Beers met in the backfield, and he will be dropped for a loss all the way back at the 40-yard line. You do not see that happening much. Now Beers getting up. That right ankle seems a little tender. They'll spot it at the 41, so a loss of 2. It will be 4th and 5. Cadets keep the offense on. Now they run out. Now it runs out the punt team. And we will see how that ankle affects Sam Beers. Reality Smith drops back for the punt. He'll settle in about his 18. High snap. Beers has to get it, and he'll keep it around the near side. What turns into an impromptu fake punt, and Beers off and running. The ankle is fine. Reality Smith, the last man to beat. Touchdown, Sam Beers. 59 yards for the touchdown. The snap came in high, and that's the danger. Cougars got good pressure. There were 3 men on him, and Beers able to outrun all of them for the 59-yard score to make it 7-6. 1:45 left to go in the first quarter. Beers is the punter, the place kicker, and the kickoff man. Cougars plenty of pressure, but Beers is up and good with the extra point. For Sam Beers, touchdown number 13. And the beat goes on for the Cadets, tied at 7, 1:45 to go here in the opening quarter from Garry Berry Stadium on a beautiful night here. But we will have to keep an eye on the ankle of Sam Beers as he gets a lot of work tonight. Last week he had 6 touchdowns against Palmer. 4 of them came from long range. This kick will be short, bouncing down to realities, or down to Ross Woods, I believe. And Woods will scoop it up sure-handed and get out to the 26-yard line. Coronado ball at the 26. Rumpel has the Cougars right to the line, ready to go. Give it to Jardin. Jardin off the left-hand side, spinning his way out close to the 40. They'll spot him at the 40. Gain of 14 and a first down. So the Cougars back on the prowl, back on the march. Last year's game, Sam Beers had 4 touchdowns and 185 yards, but he was outpaced by Mason Michi for the Cougars, who went for 271 yards. Pass out into the flat, and Ross Woods cannot haul it in. Bounces off of his shoulder pad. It will be 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Smith split to the right, Connolly to the left. This is going to be a quarterback keeper for Jaden Rempel right up the middle. Into the teeth of that Academy defense. He will gain up 4, bring up 3rd and 6 for the Cougars. First, 3rd, and medium yardage for the Cougars tonight as they were ripping off first downs left and right on that last drive. Out into the flat to Ross Woods. Woods ahead for the first down, just across the midfield stripe. So the Cougars convert on 3rd down. Cougars looking to get to 2-2. Air Academy comes in 3-0. They're looking to remain perfect at 4 to going to 4-0. 3 receivers now to the left for Rempel. Give it to Jardin around that side. And Jardin's going to pick up about 8.
Carries by number 10, Dylan Jardin. At the 42-yard line, 2nd down and 2.
2nd down and 2 for the Cougars. Connolly split to the right side now. And the Cougars wait for the end of the first quarter. An exciting first quarter as we see the Cougars drive down 91 yards. And then on a punt that turned into a fake punt, Sam Beers takes a very high snap, outruns 3 Cougars at the point of his attempted punt, and turns it into a 59-yard touchdown to tie the score at 1:45 of the first quarter, 7-7. Exciting first quarter of this game. So in his career against the Cougars, Sam Beers, 58 touches for 409 yards, averaging 7.1, coming in with 5 touchdowns. So add 59 to that and another touchdown. He's had great success running against this Scott Edmonds defense. But tonight, the tackling by this Cougars defense has been a lot better than what Air Academy saw in their 53-0 pasting of the Palmer Terrors last week, where Bears had 6 long touchdown runs. Cougars drive continues, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 42 of the Cadets. Give it to Jardin following the left side of that line. And he'll be ahead for another Cougars first down.
First play of the second quarter is a 3-yard rush by 10.
Kyle Demas with the tackle, the Will linebacker. Three receivers split to the right as Coronado spreads the formation. Rumpel keeps it, rolls it out, throws it over the head of Aiden Blanco, who was wide open at the 15-yard line. That play to the tight end down the seam has been there for Coronado all night, but Jaden Rumpel just rushed it and overthrew his tight end, who could have possibly scored. It was that wide open. So now 2nd and 10. Give it to Jardin. Jardin off the right-hand side, carrying Cadets.
Number 10, Dylan Jardin.
This is a gain of 13 down to the 24-yard line. Dylan Jardin, the 5'8", 210-pound junior, came in averaging 4 yards per carry. That's going up tonight the way he's been running. 157 yards on 39 carries coming in. Two receivers to the left, Blanco and Conley. And the keeper, good fake by Rempel.
Number 18, Jaden Rempel with the carry. Right down at the 17-yard line.
Rempel gets dropped at the 17, so a gain of 7, going to bring up 2nd and 3. Ball into the end zone on on 2nd down. Pass intended for Aiden Blanco, the tight end again, down the seam. Good coverage by the Cadets, overthrown, just thrown away out the back of the end zone by Jaden Rempel. So now 3rd and 3 for the Cougars. Rempel gives it to Jardin. Jardin breaks through into the end zone. Cougars touchdown. Dylan Jardin goes in from 17 yards out.
Number 10, Dylan Jardin, 22-yard touchdown run.
So the Cougars once again answer the Air Academy touchdown with one of their own. Touchdown for Jardin, 17 yards, makes it 13-7. Hank Thompson in for the extra point, and it is up and through. 14-7, 10:06 left to go here before halftime. And the Cougars regain the lead. We have got a shootout brewing here tonight, folks. Hopefully you enjoy it on the YouTube channels for Coronado. I am Barry Reed, the broadcast announcer, segment producer for District 11. And if you're a District 11 student and you would like to try what I do, you can shoot me an email at barry, B-A-R-R-Y, .reed, R-E-I-D, at d11.org, we have a training program for student announcers that we have started, and if you're willing to put in the time and the effort, you can be taking my place in the booth or in your high school gym throughout the District 11 high schools. Beers back awaiting this kick. And Thompson angles it away, comes down at the 15. Fielded by McLaughlin on the other side. McLaughlin out near the 40-yard line. Nice 25-yard return for McLaughlin. And Cadets will start at the 40-yard line. This is the best starting field position for the Cadets on the night. Two receivers to the right. Motion man, give it to Beers, coming around the near side, and he is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Aiden Blanco waiting there for him, as was William West the second. Except for that punt that went awry. Don't know if it was a called fake or just a high snap that Sam Beers did some improvisation on and scored the touchdown. But either way, it worked for the Cadets. But here's McLaughlin with the reverse once again. He turns it up into the seam, and he will get driven back. Jaden Rempel standing there waiting for him. It'll turn into a gain of 3 and bring up 3rd and 7 for the Cadets. Cadets at 3-0 coming in, beat Liberty in the opener 34-14, then beat Whitefield 20-14 before shellacking Palmer 53-0 last weekend. Cougars right now with the better of it, 14-13, 8:36 left to go in the first half. Wing left, fake it to Beers. Doherty down the middle, wide open, in and out of the hands of the tight end, Tyle DeMos. Demas unable to handle it, wide open, much like Aiden Blanco. And it will be 4th and 7 for the Cadets. Punt team cycles in. Demas not happy with himself as he's coming off the sideline. Smith waits for this punt at the 25, over the head of Beers again. Beers picks it up and gets the kick away. And it has a little nine iron backspin down at the 45-yard line. So it turns into a net 10-yard punt for the Cadets. But a good job of Beers getting back to it and getting that kick away after the high snap. That's the second high snap on a punt tonight for the Cadets. Fake it to Jardine, get it out to Reality. Smith inside the 45 of the Cadets, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Gain of 12 on the play, Rempel to Smith. Penalty marker on the play, we'll see. It's in the Cougars' backfield at the 45-yard line. Ross Woods thinks it is against the Cadets. So we are going to tack a 15-yard personal foul face mask onto this. And the Cougars are set up 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Give it to Jardin, stuttering around the right-hand side. Flag in the backfield. This might be a holding call on Aiden Blanco for the Cougars, as he bulldogged one of the Cadets to the ground.
Holding. Number 34 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot foul. Still first down.
Spot of the foul was the 30, so back the Cougars up to the 40. That is going to bring up 1st and 21. For Reality Smith, just his 4th catch of the year on the previous first down. Fake it and throwing the home run ball. And in stride, Reality Smith with his first touchdown. 40 yards. For Smith, that is the first touchdown of his career as a Cougar. He's just a sophomore, but 6'1", 165. They found a mismatch and they were able to hit it. Cougars trying to go up 21-0. Swing and gate formation. The extra point is good. 7:36 left to go in the second quarter. And it is the Cougars 21 and the Cadets 7. Cougars have had 3 possessions and they have scored on each one. And a great job of spreading it around. There you see the kick receive team for the Cadets making their way onto the field. And talking with Monty Gutowski, the head coach of the Cougars, last week they got punched in the face by Vista Peak Prep up in Longmont, or Aurora, and they had no answer as they got beaten 49-18. He was a little concerned how his troops would come out after dropping two in a row. But they have come out tonight on fire. McLaughlin to the left side, finds a little seam, breaking tackles. Finally, he's brought down at the 45-yard line. Another good return, 35-plus yards. We will see what Academy chooses to do. The passing game has put them in some long-distance situations. And the Cougars have really bottled up Sam Beers, the junior, to this point. But good field position again for Air Academy at the 46. Two receivers to the right. Beers in the backfield, bring McLaughlin in motion. This ball is batted in the air. It is an incomplete pass. The intended receiver was Beers, but cutting through, making the play, Jacob Pavanka, the 5'11 junior, on a safety blitz, read it perfectly, reached up and got a hand on it, causing that ball to flutter. Now 2nd and 10 for the Cadets. Exciting ball game here at Garry Berry Stadium. Give it to Beers straight up the middle, and he is going to be met by the middle of that Cougars offensive line, or defensive line.
Third down.
Getting off the bottom of the pile, Aiden Luna, the 6', 260-pound junior Cougar. Stopping Beers to a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 9. 3rd and long for the Cadets. They'll split 3 receivers out to the right-hand side of the formation, bottom of your screen. Roll Doherty out this time, almost intercepted by Ross Woods. And it will be 4th and 9. 2 Cadets in the formation. McLaughlin was out there. And also Chase Corbett.
Illegal man downfield, number 55 on the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
I did not even see the flag lying on the field. But an illegal man downfield. Punt team comes on for Air Academy. Reality Smith stands at his 20, waiting this kick from Sam Beers. This one is good. Beers gets a good kick away. Reality Smith hauls it in, and he will be dropped immediately. Good downfield presence, Reality.
Ball, 1st and 10, 2023.
Chase Corbett, the junior, on the tackle. Good special teams play. They will mark forward progress for Smith at the 23-yard line. Fake it to Jardin, throw it to Blanco. Blanco has to go down and pick it up, but it is complete.
That's complete to number 34, Aiden Blanco.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1 for the Cougars. On that defensive front for the Cadets, Bruce Johnson is the only returning down lineman. 3 sophomores in there with him. That might be adding to the Cougars' ability to run. Jardin takes it off the right-hand side, breaks through the initial wall, and he's out across the 45 for another 1st down.
45, 1st down.
Just like Mason Michi did last week, Dylan Jardin is breaking off chunks of yardage for the Cougars. First and 10, Cougars at the 45. Give it on a little reverse to Ross Woods. Woods dips in, dips out.
Number 30, Ross Woods, carries the ball, 42-yard line, 1st down, Coronado.
1st down all the way to the 42. Corbett on the tackle. So Coronado still breaking off yardage in chunks. Chase Corbett in on the tackle, on the assist once again. 3 receivers to the right for the Cougars. Fake it to Jardin, wide open field for Jaden Rempel. Great call down the sidelines. Rempel keeps his feet, lunges. Touchdown Cougars. Touchdown Coronado Cougars. Jaden Rempel takes it 44 yards for the touchdown.
41-yard touchdown.
And that is purely the effect of a great running game. The Cadets have focused so much on Jardin that Rempel was able to run the read option and had the entire left side of the field wide open for the touchdown. 27-7 pending the extra point. And they're going to fake it and into the end zone. The two-point conversion is good for the Cougars. 29-7. Ethan Ocampo with the two-point conversion. And the Cougars lead with 4:56 to go in the half. Now up to 29-7. So a defense that is keeping tabs on Sam Beers and an offense that is making mincemeat of this Air Academy defense. Very young are the Cadets on defense. Malachi Ray and Kyle Demos are the only seniors. They've got sophomores and juniors in the front seven except for Demos. And the Cougars' plan of attack is working perfectly so far. This ball is going to get away and bound into the end zone for the second touchback of the night. Nothing Sam Beers, or actually that was McLaughlin on that side.
First and 10 from the 20.
So the Cadets will bring it out to the 20-yard line. Let's see what the Cadets can do with just under 5 minutes before half here. Their only touchdown came, they have had the ball 4 times, punted each time. One of those turned into a improv or a fake punt. This is McLaughlin coming around the near side, and he is going to get hooked and drugged down after a short gain. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. But Sam Beers takes the second possession punt attempt, 59 yards for the touchdown to tie the score at 7. Since then, it has been punt, and the Cougars answering with touchdowns. 91-yard drive. Jardine goes 17 yards. Reality Smith, a 40-yard reception, and Rempel, a 44-yard run. It's the way coaches like to end possessions with touchdowns. This ball out in the flat to Sam Beers, and Beers is going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage and put down to the ground.
Before you do, Sam Beers tackled for a loss on the play. They're down.
This is going to be a big loss of 5, 3rd and 14. Scott Edmonds, the defensive coordinator for the Cougars, talking with Coach Edmonds before the game, and I asked him about having nightmares of number 42, and he goes, that kid reminds me of Lamar Houston, who was at Doherty and went on to play in the NFL on the defensive side of the ball. Roll out for Doherty, pressure coming, and they've got him in the backfield for a sack. Cougars had 2 sacks last week. That is the first sack tonight. Cadets will lose another one. It'll be 4th and 15, all the way back at the 15-yard line. And up by 22, the Cougars starting to feel it and pin their ears back. Beers stands at his 2 for the kick. Gathers it in. Gets a nice kick away. Hits at the 50 and kicks sideways. And takes a little bit of a Cadet roll down to the 44-yard line where it will be touchdown.
Down the punt. It's a 46. Football ball.
So 5 possessions, 5 punts for the Cadets. And the Cougars back to work. A good field position for the Cougars at their own 44. .240 left to go for the Cougars to try to get a touchdown or into Hank Thompson field goal position. Ross Woods around the right-hand side, room to run. Finally caught by the jersey, and we have got a flag on the play. Take a look at what the flag is. Brad Weaker, the sophomore defensive lineman, and this looks to be a hold against Coronado. So this will wipe out that first down run. So this will march the Cougars back to the 37-yard line. Totally unexpected with 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go that the Cougars would be up by 22. Rempel rolling out after the fake, in trouble. Gets to his right, and he will go out in front of the Cougars bench. All of his receivers were down on the opposite side of the field. So something broke down there, and Rempel did the smart thing and just took the loss on the sack. Ball back at the 35-yard line. Loss of 9 on the play. 2nd and 19 now for the Cougars. 2 receivers to the left. Rempel give it off to Woods. Woods grabbed about by the hand, able to break out of that tackle. Picks up 9. Timeout on the field. Taken by Coronado. Their first. It comes at 2:08 on the clock. The first man to get to Woods was Corbat. Got him by the hand, got by the non-ball hand. That slowed him down a little bit. Allowed the Cadets to get in on the play. Cadets with it after the gain of 9. 3rd and 10. 2 in the backfield now. Rempel on the keeper around the right-hand side. Has the first down and more down the right-hand side. He will finally be ushered out of bounds by Chase Corbett, the junior.
First down, Coronado.
Run of 20 yards on the play. Cougars first down. 1:58. Clock will start when the chains are set. And that pass downfield intended.
First down pass is incomplete. Second down, Cougars.
Incomplete, intended for Rhett McCarthy, the tight end. Second and 10. Ramsey Stark in coverage for the Cadets. Two receivers out into the flat, dangerously almost intercepted by Corbat through the hands of Ross Woods.
30-10 from the 35.
Third and 10, but the Cougars are lucky because if Corbat can get that, he is gone. Nothing but Grayfield in front of him. Third and 10. Clock stopped at 1:51. This time they'll give it to Jardin. Jardin will cut back and get a couple. But it's going to be 4th and 8 for the Cougars. So a good stand by the Cadets defense here, under 2 minutes. Chance for the Cougars to run this down to 1.5 minutes if they want to. Rumpel in the shotgun. Rumpel with the fake, running around the right side, now scrambling back, in trouble, and he will go down. Rumpel dropped by number 52.
First down, Air Academy.
Air Academy takes over on downs in good field position near midfield. And I'm not seeing a 52 for the Cadets. The 1st and 10. Give it to Sam Beers, and Sam Beers is going to get hogtied and thrown down to the ground. Another tackle for loss for the Cougars. Rhett McCarthy, the linebacker, finding an opening in that offensive line. That's another area where the Cadets are young. Bruce Johnson and Brad Waker, the two seniors on that line, but the rest of it sophomores and a junior. 2nd and 12 now. Give it to Beers, near side. Beers finds the seam, and he's off to the races. Sam Beers into the end zone for the touchdown. 61 yards. Just like last week, hitting from long distance. That is 120 yards on just 2 runs. The 61-yard touchdown and the 59-yard touchdown. Just like that, the Cadets change momentum right before half. Extra point attempt. Cougars through and they get it blocked. Blocked the extra point. Good pressure off the left side of that Cougars defense. And with 37.9 seconds left to go, 29-13. My apologies, I had the scoreboard shot up instead of the field shot. But 61 yards for Sam Beers makes it 29-13 after the blocked extra point. 38 seconds till halftime. Cougars still lead by 16. Cougars wanted to stay aggressive on that last drive. It led to some incompletes and saved just enough time for the Cadets. New kicker in for the Cadets. Put this ball down into a pocket. Ross Woods picks it up at that point. Woods reverses his field, and he's going to be down at the 10-yard line. That kick landed about the 15-yard line. By the time Woods got to it, he tried to traverse the field and got caught.
Cougars have the ball. First and 10, 13.
We'll see what Monty Katowski chooses to do with 30 seconds left on the clock. And a 16-point advantage. Cougars deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half. Spread formation, bunch trips to the right of the formation. Rempel in the shotgun. Actually, that's not Rempel. That is Jackson Gutowski. And it will be incomplete, 2nd and 10. So a change at quarterback. Rempel out on the left as a receiver. Pass intended for Reality Smith, incomplete. Just 6 seconds off the clock. Gutowski back in at quarterback still. This time he gives it off to Jardin. Jardin up to the 17-yard line.
Timeout. Coronado.
And
Short timeout.
second timeout for Coronado at 15.3 on the clock. Monty Gutowski not content to just sit on this last 30 seconds and take a 16-point lead to the locker room, pinned deep in his own end. Air Academy's defense saw how they know how explosive their offense can be when Sam Beers gets a seam. They've got the Cougars with a 3rd and 4 coming up. If they can get a stop here, maybe they get some more points before half. Air Academy with 2 timeouts left, Coronado with just 1. 3rd and 4, Jackson Gutowski in the shotgun. All the time in the world to throw, and that one almost intercepted. And it's going to be 4th and 4. Ross Woods, the intended receiver, late across the middle. He had Jordan Rempel open a little bit earlier, a little bit shorter. And now the punt team comes on for the Cougars. And Jaden Rempel will go back to do the kicking. The dangerous Sam Beers will retreat with McLaughlin. 9.5 seconds left to go. Rempel with a good kick taken by Beers and muffed. Ball on the ground, McLaughlin falls on it. And that is the end of the first half. From Garry Berry Stadium on an exciting night here in week number 4. The Cougars on top of the Cadets by the score of 29-13. We've got a whole second half left. We invite you to stick with us here on the Cougars Athletic Channel.
What makes Colorado Springs School District 11 the standout choice for excellence in education? Some may say it's a dedicated and talented staff who are devoted to the educational learning of our students. Others may say it's the award-winning learning options available to all students, no matter their grade level. Whether it's online, hybrid, or in-person learning, D11 welcomes all learners to achieve excellence through diversity. Serving the unique needs of all students, we dare to empower our students to profoundly impact our world, and we stand ready to inspire every mind. There was a time not long ago, District 11 Media Production Services would roll their production truck to Garry Berry Stadium or to your high school gym and produce varsity sports. This team of dedicated staff members supervised student volunteers who were gaining hands-on experience producing high-quality televised events to the joy of family and friends and the community. But the technology being used was aging and also required a tremendous amount of manpower, making it difficult to cover all the sporting events involved in the school's many teams. Schools and their fans had to settle for the rationing of coverage, which did not sit well. Something had to give. Then the district found new technology that would restore the previous coverage and would allow for the expansion of the number of events that each school could produce. This new technology would empower student involvement in the planning and execution of the game broadcast like never before, highlighted by taking over the roles of producer, play-by-play announcer, and color analyst. All that is left is the recruiting and organizing of the student producers and announcers. You.
Yeah, you!
The search is on for high school students, freshmen all the way up to seniors, who are looking for a new challenge. Students who envision a future where they will need sharp public speaking skills, or those who dream of being in the broadcast industry, and even those students who just like to talk. Does this sound like you? Are you ready to make the commitment to become the voice of your school's athletic teams? Contact me, Barry Reed, D11 broadcast announcer, to get more information. barry.reed@d11.org or my phone 520-2269.
So morning meeting is basically, so we come in, we go to the gym, we sit in our grade levels, and then when we talk with our friends for a while, students can sign up to do a specific job. And so one student does good things, another does lunch, one helps with the Pledge of Allegiance. After we do the Pledge of Allegiance, we start to go to our classrooms.
Good things looks like, first we start to get a little small stuffed animal. It's a Snoopy and a pumpkin, and we get to throw it around and we say, does anybody have a good thing? And we throw it around.
Tell me something good.
My good thing is that today I got to go with my parents to Skid City.
My good thing is that yesterday I went to karate.
We interviewed a lot of schools before we came here, and I just was amazed at how much it mattered. The positivity of kids' experience and the support structures, and not thinking of kids as good and bad, but giving them a chance to grow. And that's what Capturing Kids' Heart has done for the school and for the kids.
Good morning, Anderson.
Well, a social contract is the teacher prints out a little piece of papers and we get to answer them, like, how do you want to be treated? And we write our names on top to show that we are going to promise that, and we are going to try to be as much as possible and try to show all of that to everyone in the whole community.
I enjoy being a social contract reader because when guests come in, I get to shake their hand and know their name and get to know them a little bit better, and I get to show them what we do around the classroom and how we do it, and we just do a bunch of stuff around the classroom.
A launch is the teacher at the end of the day, she gives us a high five and she says, if it's Friday, she says, have a great week, but if it's just Tuesday, she says, have a great day.
Is your student lost in the world of education, not really liking school? Achieve Online is a place for them. School for grades 6 through 12, and we strive first to build relationships, which in turn builds academics. We are unique and different from any other school. Flexible online and blended learning for students anywhere in Colorado. Take the next step and enroll today. Tragic events within our nation's schools makes us all aware of school security issues. We want to make sure you are safe and know what to do in case of any emergencies. Each school or building has an individual crisis plan that outlines emergency procedures. In addition, each school or building has a designated crisis team based on the Incident Command System. Emergency procedure drills are required to be completed in order to prepare students and staff for emergencies. Access control is one of the most important crisis prevention measures schools can take to help ensure the safety of students and staff. Visitors are required to sign in upon entering the school. All exterior doors should be locked and access to the building should be limited to a main door. All district elementary and middle schools are equipped with video intercom, or intercom systems which allow the office staff to control access to the schools. High schools and middle schools have assigned security personnel who may assist in controlling access to the schools. Another very important measure that can be taken to ensure safety at schools is the vigilance of staff and students. Encourage students to report unusual events or strangers on campus to adult staff members. Staff members should be aware of strangers on campus and unusual events that occur. Today we are going to educate you on some procedures that you need to know, but hopefully will never have to use. At any time, schools might be faced with emergency situations that put students and staff in a position that requires specific procedures that will help them ensure the safety of everyone. Today we want to emphasize the importance of staff and student action with 5 very important emergency situations. These 5 emergency procedures are hold, secure, lockdown, evacuate, and shelter. Each of these procedures will be initiated with an announcement over the public address system. In an evacuation situation, everyone must evacuate. On-site students will evacuate to the designated on-site location. Secure is a safety procedure that occurs when there is a threat in the community, but not on school grounds. During secure, staff should return students inside, lock the outside doors, and increase situational awareness. The school will remain insecure until the police department has determined that the incident off school grounds is no longer a threat to the school. The third and most critical procedure is a lockdown. A lockdown is used in an emergency situation that occurs when there is an imminent threat to the safety and welfare of everyone inside the building. An announcement over the public address system will be made indicating that we are in a lockdown. All teachers have been informed of their procedures, so it is extremely important that students follow the commands and the instructions that are given over the public address system. During a hold, staff should clear students from hallways to classrooms or other lockable areas, closing and locking the door, then accounting for students and adults. Staff and students should do business as usual and wait for the all clear to be announced. The most likely occurrence of a shelter would be in case of a tornado or hazardous material spill. Students should follow their teacher's lead. Tragic events in our nation's schools have escalated the importance of school security and the importance in educating students and staff so that everyone knows what to do in each situation. The safety and welfare of every one of our students and staff is a priority. Nestled in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains at the base of Pikes Peak is Colorado Springs, home to 5 military installations, the Olympic Training Center, many thriving colleges, fine arts venues, and School District 11, who created specialized education for gifted learners in the 1950s. At Colorado Springs School District 11, our gifted students become the creators, problem solvers, and innovators of tomorrow. District 11 is the largest school district in Colorado Springs, providing families with many different, personalized gifted options. Given the choice of program options and opportunities that District 11 schools provide, there is a perfect fit for every gifted, talented, and high-achieving learner in the Pikes Peak region. We offer successful, safe, and purposeful learning experiences. We have qualified staff that recognizes exceptionality in academic and talent areas, identifying students as young as kindergarten. K-12 programming includes Gifted Magnet, International Baccalaureate, Montessori, Accelerated and Honors options, a career and technical track, and Junior ROTC, just to name a few. We believe that gifted students need an outlet to express their creativity and to collaborate with other like-minded learners. When gifted students are not satisfied with what they're learning, they lose creativity that could potentially solve problems and change the world. An identified gifted student expressed learning this way.
Gifted classes give students like me who think differently a way to learn that fits our brain.
Gifted has no boundaries in Colorado Springs School District 11. To find out more about all we offer gifted students, visit us at www.d11.org/GT.
So the why behind becoming a school counselor, it's kind of a large topic, but I think I was always a sensitive kid, and that used to be a flaw for me. But I found my niche in working with kids, and that my heart for others and my empathy really served me well in this role. And I kind of dabbled in like camp counseling and doing all those fun things, and then I started to notice I really took to the kids that were having a harder time. But the cool thing about kids is their resiliency. So one of the things that I really grew from was doing a summer camp, a grief camp. And there was a combination of just like so much fun, but so much grief and challenge that really propelled me into going into a helping profession.
Rachel, to me, is one of the great counselors that are out there because she has a heart for kids. She really works hard with kids. She listens. She's very compassionate, but then she turns around and holds them very accountable for their actions and what they're doing, but she does it with a very kind heart.
So anyone that has a chance to even spend 5 minutes with Rachel will realize that she is really something special. She is so smart. She builds great relationships. She's so skilled at what she does as a counselor. And one thing I've always said since I've met Rachel is she has everything that any school counselor would want to be. But it's not that she can just do those things as a school counselor. I really believe that's who she is as a person. And she carries that into every aspect of our school.
Some things that come to mind when I think about Rachel are the feedback that I get from parents and from kids and from staff members here. She's very approachable. She's very likable. People trust her, and she has quickly become one of our go-to people in the building because she's reliable. And people know that her heart is in it for kids, and that goes a long ways.
I think it takes a village to raise a kid, and so, you know, whether that's, and kids are mostly at school, so if we have teachers who are operating from a place of their hearts, and we have school counselors who can catch some of the struggles that can't be caught in a classroom, but then if we also have some stakeholders in the community that are really pushing for what we do, man, we can make a world of difference. But, you know, another group of people I would like to thank in this profession is the kids. I learn something new every single day from one of my kids. So it's just a really powerful experience to be able to work with them. And middle school is such a fun age.
There was a time not long ago, District 11 Media Production Services would roll their production truck to Garry Berry Stadium or to your high school gym and produce varsity sports. This team of dedicated staff members supervised student volunteers who were gaining hands-on experience producing high-quality televised events to the joy of family and friends and the community. But the technology being used was aging and also required a tremendous amount of manpower, making it difficult to cover all the sporting events involved in the school's many teams. Schools and their fans had to settle for the rationing of coverage, which did not sit well. Something had to give. Finally, the technology within the production truck failed. Just updating the truck's equipment would not solve the problem of rationed coverage. The search for a solution intensified, hoping a suitable remedy could be found. An entire year was lost. The ultimate solution would allow for an expansion of coverage for all schools involved. Then the district found new technology that would restore the previous coverage and would allow for the expansion of the number of events that each school could produce. This new technology would empower student involvement in the planning and execution of the game broadcast like never before, highlighted by taking over the roles of producer, play-by-play announcer, and color analyst. All that is left is the recruiting and organizing of the student producers and announcers. You.
Yeah, you!
The search is on for high school students, freshmen all the way up to seniors, who are looking for a new challenge. Students who envision a future where they will need sharp public speaking skills, or those who dream of being in the broadcast industry, and even those students who just like to talk. Does this sound like you? Are you ready to make the commitment to become the voice of your school's athletic teams? Contact me, Barry Reed, D11 broadcast announcer, to get more information. barry.reed@d11.org or my phone 520-2269. What makes Colorado Springs School District 11 the standout choice for excellence in education? Some may say it's a dedicated and talented staff who are devoted to the educational learning of our students. Others may say it's the award-winning learning options available to all students, no matter their grade level. Whether it's online, hybrid, or in-person learning, D11 welcomes all learners to achieve excellence through diversity. Serving the unique needs of all students, we dare to empower our students to profoundly impact our world, and we stand ready to inspire every mind. And welcome back to Garry Berry Stadium, everybody. Barry Reed bringing you the action between the 3-0 Cadets and the 1-2 Coronado Cougars, and a little bit of a surprise on the scoreboard tonight. There you see it, the Cougars 29, the Cadets 13. Each team had 6 possessions in the first half. Coronado 6 drives. They got 4 touchdowns and had 2 punts. For Air Academy, they had 6 drives, 2 touchdowns, and 4 punts. Although one of those punts, I believe, was they were in punt formation, and Sam Beers got a high snap and took it 61 yards. It's probably only he could do. So actually it was 5 punts. One of them they turned into the touchdown for the Cadets. But the Cougars won the opening coin toss, elected to defer, so they will start the second half with the ball. Dawson Gray on to do the kicking for Sam Beers. Sam Beers normally the kicker here. But a little pooch kick comes down to McCarthy. And McCarthy with a great return.
Rhett McCarthy across midfield down to the 48-yard line. McCarthy, a tight end and linebacker. So this will be the first time that either team starts in the other team's end of the field. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line, 48-yard line. But the Cougars scored on their first 4 possessions. Let's see if they can keep the train rolling here. This is Jardin with the carry off the right-hand side. He'll gain 2. But I checked with the Air Academy statistician at halftime, and the Cougars defense, except for 2 plays, have really done a great job on Sam Beers. Beers with 10 carries, 8 of them for 9 yards, 2 of them for 120. And reverse action to Ross Woods. And Woods is down to the 41 and very slow to get up. That'll bring up 3rd and 3. This Coronado offense was making quick work of the Air Academy defense on their drives. Rempel with the hard count, trying to get the first down the cheesy way, and he was successful. Encroachment defense is the left side of that Cadets line.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty, result, a first down.
So Jaden Rempel using the hard count. First down Cougars. Ball at the 37-yard line. Give it off to Jardin. Actually, keeper to Rempel. And Rempel is ahead for about 3. Bring up 2nd and 7. Give it to Jardin. Jardin finds a seam, bounces inside and outside, and he's down close to the 25. Tackled at the 27. That's enough for another Coronado first down. And we have got an injured Cougar down on the field still, and that is Dylan Jardin. Down at the 27. The Cadets managing crew and trainer are there on the scene, and now the Cougars trainers make it from the far side of the field. This happened right in front of the Cadets bench. Dylan Jardin having a great night, gashing the Cadets defense, trying to find somebody keeping offensive stats for the Cougars, as they have been quite impressive tonight. But the Cougars keeping their offensive stats down on the field instead of up here in the booth. Jardin getting some help. Little wobbly. Looks to be the lower left leg extremity, but making his way off the field. We will keep an eye on that situation and see who comes in off the bench to replace him. But he has been the workhorse tonight, he and Ross Woods. And the chant from the sidelines from the Cougars faithful. Jacob Pavanka, the 5'11", 190-pound junior, takes his place. Luke Dial, number 13, in the slot, comes in motion. And give it straight up the middle. Big hole. Inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9. Pavanka with the carry. First and goal for the Cougars, looking to steal a little bit of that momentum that Air Academy was trying to get back at the end of the first half. Pavanka behind Rempel. Gives straight up the middle. That offensive line doing a great job of punching holes for these Cougar running backs. Carlitos Cardenas, Sebastian Guerrero, Joey Pearson, Oliver Myers, and Aiden Luna. Jardin back to the right of Rempel. This time he'll be the decoy leader. And not much happening there on second down. Gain inside the 5, down to about the 3. I was watching Henry Thompson kick at the end of the warm-up period, and he was hitting from 40 yards. Third and goal for the Cougars. Rempel keeps it. And he's down at the 1-yard line, got tripped up. On that read option, kind of a jumbled up handoff attempt, but Rempel able to escape to the right. Now fourth and goal from the 1. Rempel under center, eye backfield, quarterback sneak. The Cougars just pushing Rempel across the line, hopefully. And there is a signal for the Cougars touchdown. So Coronado takes the opening possession of the second half and marches right down the field. Jaden Rempel from 1 yard out with his second touchdown of the night. 4 minutes and 33 seconds on the drive that started at the Academy 47 after the great return. And it is 35-0, pending the Thompson extra point. Which is up and good. So Coronado came out looking to reestablish their dominance that they had through much of the first half. And they take a short field. And they go 47 yards for the touchdown. 36-13 is the lead now. So for the Cougars, their first drive went 91 yards. Their second one went 74 and then 55 yards, and then 55 yards again. And that one 47 yards. So the offense has been on task for the Cougars. This one comes down, gathered in by Beers. And he will be trapped at the 25-yard line.
First and 10 for the Cadets.
Air Academy trying to move to 4-0 on the year, finding the sledding a lot tougher against Coronado than they did against Palmer just a week ago. Cougars trying to get back to 500 after their 4-2 season a year ago in the COVID-shortened season. Give up the middle to Beers, and Beers is going to be stopped after a gain of about 3. Out on a 2nd and 8. Malachi Ray joins Beers in the backfield. Give it to Beers around the near side. Beers ahead across the 40. That'll be a first down, gain of 14 on the play. Cougars doing a good job of getting at the feet to bring him down. Jacob Pavanka in the area for the Cougars. 1st and 10, Cadets at the 42. 2 receivers to the right. Give it to Beers deep in the backfield. He'll hit the left-hand side and drag Cougars ahead for a gain of 9 yards. So now Academy has made some adjustments at halftime, and they are getting Beers on track a little bit. .541 left in the third, 36-13 in favor of the Cougars. Doherty under center, gives it to the off back. That is Chase Corbett, the junior. Corbett stays in there. He'll be to the left of Doherty. Give it to Beers deep. Big hole on the right-hand side, and there's another foot race. Sam Beers into the end zone. Touchdown. 48, or check that, 50 yards for Sam Beers. And just like that, the Cadets answer the call of the Cougars. Let's see if they go for 1 or 2. The kicking tee is on the field. 36-19. See if this is an actual kick. Kick is up and through. So 4:36 left to go in the third quarter, and the Cadets cut into the lead. It's now 36-20 in favor of the Cougars. But Sam Beers breaking through a hole. That drive was mostly Sam Beers, went 76 yards. Beers covering the last 50 of it in a single play, but he had a couple of nice 10-yard plus gains. Now the pressure on that Coronado offense to keep the chains moving, keep the clock moving, and put some more points up on the board. Air Academy had only given up 28 points on the year, 14 to Liberty and 14 to Whitefield in those 2 wins and a shutout of Palmer last week. So 36 by the Cougars is better than, or is more than what Air Academy had given up in the previous 2 weeks to start the season. And a short high kick that is going to come down, get muffed, and then taken up the field. The Cougars will start in good field position again at the 39-yard line. That is Dylan McCollum, 5'10", 160-pound junior linebacker / tight end. McCollum doing a nice job of returning that short kick. Let's see how much time the Cougars can take off the clock with 4:32 left to go in the third. 2 receivers spread to the left. Fake it to Jardine. Keeper for Rempel around the near side. He dodges an ankle tackle and skips ahead close to first down. He'll be marked out at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, bring up 2nd and 2. Joey McLaughlin, the junior, making the tackle, getting at his feet. Patterson with the carry for the Cougars now. And Patterson ahead to midfield for the gain of 4 and a first down. Cameron Patterson, 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore, 205-pound sophomore. Prototypical size and a tailback. This is the first time we've seen him this year. In there for a dinged-up Jardine. Rempel pulls it out, now throws across the middle. And the pass was a little bit too high. Jack Connolly, the wide receiver, tight end hybrid, streaking across the middle, wide open, but the pass was delivered high. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. So Monty Gutowski staying aggressive here. That stops the clock with 3:57. 2nd and 10 Cougars. They give off to Patterson, a nice little cut back into the middle, and Patterson rumbles inside the 40 of Air Academy, down to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 12 for the sophomore. And the Cadets continue to gash this defensive front for the Cadets. Again, Bruce Johnson, the junior defensive end, the only returning starter on that defensive line. It's sophomores across the rest of the front. Four-man front option for Rempel. He makes the cut up and smart decision. He'll be ahead inside the 30-yard line, close to a first down. Gain of 8. Officials timeout. We have an injured cadet on the turf down at the 30. So the teams will move to their respective sidelines. Cougars took over the ball with 4:32 left on the clock, and they have only run off about 1 minute and 22 seconds on this possession, but they are moving the ball. A score would be great, but you'd love to see them eat a little more time, because we've seen just how explosive Sam Beers is. 3 long touchdowns tonight, 61, 59, and 50. The fewer touches you can give the Cadets offense, the better chance you have of the 16-point lead holding up. Teams have traded touchdowns here in the third. And if you're watching from the north end of town, a part of Air Academy Cadet Nation, and you're wondering if your TV or computer has gone funny, no, this is a silver gray field with black end zones and a large black circle with the D11 logo in there, brand new this year, in its fourth week of service for the high school football season. District 11 putting some money into renovating the field and the track here at Garry Berry Stadium. And the Cadet is to their feet on the far side, but unable to put any pressure on the right leg at all. That is Stanton Krasinski, a junior Sam linebacker. So strong side linebacker down for the Cadets. And they have that young man to the sidelines now. Clock is started. Hand off to Patterson up the middle again. Cameron Patterson getting the bulk of the carries here in the late stages of the third quarter. And the officials stopped the clock. I think they're looking for a measurement. And now they wind it. Fourth and short. Patterson got tripped up before the line to gain. Double tight end formation for the Cougars. Give it to Patterson around the near side. He's got the first down and more. Cuts it back in, gets inside the 10-yard line before he's brought down. Jackson Jardazella, number 62, the defensive end, just a sophomore, got in there for the tackle, but not until Patterson was down inside the 10-yard line to the 8. First and goal, Cougars from there. Give it to the sophomore again. He'll be ahead for a gain of 1.
Patterson stopped at the 8-yard line in 1. Second and goal.
Second and goal for the Cougars. Give it to Patterson, moving left. Patterson into the end zone. Did he get there? No, he's down at the 1. Cameron Patterson with a gain of 7.
Number 29, Cameron Patterson.
And another Cadet slow to get up.
Injury timeout on the field.
Another member of that defensive line for the Cadets. Jardaliza looks to be the man down. Not as warm as it's been the last couple of days, but still a warm night tonight. From the looks of it, they're trying to stretch him out, and maybe hopefully it's just a cramp and he can get hydrated and get back to playing. You see him sitting up there. But the Cougars doing what they need to do on this drive, continuing the momentum. This drive started at their own 39 with 4:32 left to go in the third quarter. There's 1:25 left, and they have got third and goal from the 1. And Jardalisa is up and making his way to the bench, hopefully for just a play. Get some fluids in the young man, get him back out on the field. Third and goal. Rhett McCarthy in at the fullback. Patterson behind Rempel. Give it to the sophomore. Push into the goal line. No signal yet. Stopped inside the 1. Fourth and goal for the Cougars. No doubt about it, no field goal here. Offense on the field. I'm saying give it to the sophomore one more time, but that's why I'm up here. Push for Jordan Rempel, straight up the middle on a quarterback keeper. No signal yet. And Air Academy made the stop on fourth down. Credit to that defensive front for the Cadets, stopping the Cougars at inside the 1 yard line. So the Cougars stopped at the 1 yard line by the Cadets. Turn it over on downs. .33 seconds left to go in the quarter. So the Cougars able to eat up 4 minutes on the clock. Unable to get the score though. Carry off the goal line just straight ahead, no gain. Looked like a keeper for Braden Doherty. Second and 10 from the 1 yard line. And there is the end of quarter number 3 from Garry Berry Stadium. We will switch ends of the field and play the final 12. With the score 36 for Coronado, 20 for Air Academy. And Air Academy backed up at their own 1.
Subway U.S. Cadets, Raising Canes, by Legs Printing, Collared Construction, Red Green Construction, High Altitude Equipment and Service, Trans Construction, and Ziggy's Coffee. Students, as we get ready to start the fourth quarter, this is the time for you to start calling to arrange your rides. Students, again, this is the time to start calling to arrange for your rides here at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
So the Cadets will have it. Second and 10 from the 1 yard line. Final 12 minutes here from Garry Berry Stadium. Cougars have got to be very careful on defense. They don't want to give up a 99-yard run to Sam Beers. Out in the flat, pass incomplete.
Second down pass is incomplete. Third and 9 Cadets from the 2.
Corbat, the intended receiver. Doherty comes all the way over to get the call from his head coach. We'll call it 3rd and 9 from the 1, or just outside the 1. But if the Cougars can force and then receive a punt here, that'll be huge, because it should mean short field. Offset eye, give it to Beers. And Beers is going to be out to the 5-yard line, gain of 4. But it will be 4th and 5. Braden Doherty at half was 2 of 7 for 5 yards in the passing game. Passing game has just not been there for Air Academy. They've had some opportunities, just like Coronado has. But Coronado, having the better of it. Now trouble here for Air Academy. They've had 2 high snaps fielded by Sam Beers. He turned one into a 59-yard touchdown. The other one he was able to chase back and get the punt away. Takes this one under heavy pressure. Short kick caught by the Cougars inside the 10. Returned down to the 7. And we have a flag on the play in the end zone. This might be running into the kicker. But they are talking, the officials talking about it now. We will wait for the official call on the penalty.
The ironic kicker. 5-yard penalty on the defense. Still 4th down.
So just running into the kicker on the Cougars, the 5-yard variety. 4th and short. Let's see if that changes things up for Air Academy. It is a short 4th and 1. But Beers back in punt formation. Reality Smith hustles back to his 45. Beers able to get the kick away. It bounces at the 45 of the Cadets, and they down it at that point. So no harm, no foul for Coronado as they get the ball back, forcing the punt after the Cadets had stuffed them at the 1. Good job by that Coronado defense. Dylan Jardin back in the ball game. He'll pick up 4 down to the 41 or 42. They spot it closer to the 42, so we'll call it 2nd and 7 for the Cougars. Give it to him again around the left-hand side, breaking a tackle. And he'll be inside the 35, and that should be enough for a Cougars first down. I don't know what the yardage is for the Cougars rushing offense tonight, but it is just been ground and pound, and I'm sure they've racked up huge numbers. It'll be interesting to check the stats on Monday. Rempel this time out to Reality Smith. Smith picks it up off the turf, and he's able to get ahead for just a gain of 2. Good job staying with the pass on that far side. Kyle Demos the senior in the area. Clock moving to 9:35. Cougars still by 16. Dylan Jardin with the run down to the 30-yard line, picks up 3. Third and 5 for the Cougars. Three receivers to the bottom of the set. Jardin around the corner, finds a little seam, off to the races. Dylan Jardin into the end zone again for the Cougars, touchdown. 42-20 is our score as the Cougars improve their lead to 22 points. Jardin with his second touchdown of the night. His first 2 touchdowns of the year, it looks like. Jordan Rempel with 2 touchdowns of his own gives him 4. The kick is up and good. So 8:48 in the third, and the Cougars are up by 20 by the score of 43-20 on Air Academy. Cougars in good position if they can, trying to get back to 500 on the season. Clock is definitely a factor for Air Academy now, as we have a 3-score game at least if you can get 2-point conversions on the Cougars as they lead by 23. Henry Thompson on to do the kicking for the Cougars. And down to receive, McLaughlin and Beers stacking themselves. Now Beers flanks out to the left side, trying to disguise the return. Thompson kicks it near side, and it will go out of bounds. See if the Cadets will make them kick it again or take it at the 35-yard line. And it looks like the Cadets are going to so the Cadets will take it from the 35-yard line on the illegal kick penalty. But leading by 23, that's better than Sam Beers taking one back 90 yards on a return for you. In motion and getting forward a little too far. That'll be a legal motion on Air Academy. That was Chase Corbett, the so motion penalty called on Air Academy. And they tag Lucas Garrett, the sophomore. I thought it was Corbett getting a little early on the motion, but nonetheless, it's 1st and 15 for the Cadets. Clock at 8:47 to go in the game. Give it to Beers. Beers looks like he tripped up a little bit going around the far side. Rempel in on the tackle with McCarthy, and penalty flag on the play. So a block in the back called against Air Academy. This will back them up another 10. It'll make it 1st and 25. Ball spotted just at the 19-yard line, just inside the 20. So Air Academy going backwards on this drive. Doherty with 2 in the backfield. Give it to Beers. Beers trying to bounce it out to the right-hand side. He'll be ahead for a short gain. Pickup of 3, and that will bring up 2nd and 22. Ross Woods on the tackle with help. Complementary football between this Cougars offense and defense. The offense has kept the ball for long periods of time, and the defense has done their part, except on a couple plays, keeping Sam Beers in check. Motion man, Kruk back block, pass on the way, and Doherty is in trouble, and he will go down.
Cougars with the big sack. Number 33.
Where will they spot this one? It looks like the Cougars got him about the 10, but they will spot him at the 14-yard line. Another sack for the Cougars. Pavanka and McCarthy teaming up. Aiden Blanco also in the area for the Cougars. Clock down to 6:45. Give it to Beers straight up the middle. Beers out to the 21-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play. It's going to be 4th and a ton and a half. 4th and 24. The Cadets need the 45-yard line here on 4th down. And the punt team cycles onto the field inside of 6:15 and counting. Pressure coming, but Beers able to get the kick away. Reality Smith with the fair catch at the Cougar 45-yard line. And that is where the Cougars will start over again after the punt. Clock shows 5:56 remaining in the game. Cougars up by 23 after hanging a 43 spot on Air Academy. Nice comeback win, rebound win that is, after Coronado went and lost to Vista Peak Prep by 49-18 just last week.
Air Academy, their first charge coming to the half.
And Air Academy wants to talk about things here. Penalties really killed the Cadets on that last drive. First it was the 5-yard offside motion on the offensive line, and then it was the block in the back on the motion man by the receiver. That made it 1st and 25, and they could never respond. And Doherty got a sack for about 9 yards under heavy pressure from the Cougars. So that whole drive ended up going a whole lot of backwards for Air Academy. So now let's see if the Cougars can wipe off the last 5 minutes and 56 seconds and close this game out, hand Air Academy their first loss, and claim their second win of the year. Jackson Gutowski into the ball game now. They will run a quick pitch option to the right. Ball carrier is Luke Dial. Dial picks up just a yard. Dial's third carry for 8 yards now. 3 to the right. Coronado just gone into ground and pound mode. Out to the 50-yard line, excuse me. Pickup of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Cougars. Jacob Pavanka in the backfield now. Three receivers to the left of the formation for the Cougars. Option this side for Gutowski. Gutowski breaks it free, kicks it back to the right side, and we've got a foot race. Jackson Gutowski into the end zone from 55 yards. Gutowski had come in with 6 carries for 14 yards. But the 6-foot senior goes for 50 there and builds on this lead. The Cougars have put 49 on, looking for their 50th point against undefeated Air Academy. Henry Thompson on for the kick. Laces were back instead of forward, but the kick is up and through. And just like that, the Cougars have opened a 30-point advantage on Air Academy with just 4:26 left to go. You can't say enough about it tonight. Last year, Sam Beers ran for 185 yards and a couple of touchdowns, trying to counter Mason Michi. But it is Dylan Jardin, the 5'8", 210-pound junior, that has stepped right into Michi's shoes and been the equal of Sam Beers here tonight. Next up for the Cougars, they are sending a message tonight to Liberty. They will host Liberty here next Friday night here at Garry Berry Stadium. For the Cadets, their rebound game will be Cheyenne Mountain as they try to get back in the win column. Comes down to Beers. And Beers is out to the 28-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10.
First down for the Cadets.
Four-man front for the Cougars, and they get off across early.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
Ethan Bybaum, 6'1" sophomore, gives 5 to the Cadets, makes it 1st and 5. Bench clearing time for the Cougars. First and 5. Give it to Sam Beers. He tripped over his own feet in the backfield. It's been one of those kind of nights. Loss of 3 on the play for Air Academy. So the win streak for Air Academy will stop at 4, or check that, stop at 3. They finished 1 and 5 last year. The last game of the year was against these Cougars, and it dropped them to 1 and 5, while the Cougars finished 4 and 2. But a 3-game win streak to start the 2021 campaign. But time to go back to work. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. This pass is high. And it will be 2nd and 8. Intended for Chase Corbat, the junior. And again, if you're part of Air Academy Nation, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And if you're part of Cougar Nation, it's a nice rebound night for you. Bring the man in motion. Second man through the hole. Just across the 40 for a gain of 1. That is Corball with the carry for a yard. Fourth and 7 for the Cadets with 3:03 and counting on the clock. Sam Beers back into the ball game to handling what we assume is the punt duties. And Beers gets this one away. Fair catch was called for and taken in at the 33-yard line. Line drive kick by Sam Beers. And a nice catch by David Moore, a 5'9" sophomore. First and 10 for the Cougars. Air Academy, 2 timeouts remaining, 2:39 on the clock. Coronado has all 3 timeouts and a 30-point advantage. So I expect to see more ground and pound. Gutowski in the shotgun. Nice little hole up the middle, closed down quickly. Deal with the carry again. He will pick up 5, 2nd and 5. Clock continues to run as we approach 2 minutes. Deal again gets the carry. He'll be ahead for a gain of 2. Bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Cougars. And we are inside of a minute and 45 seconds. A 50-point explosion for the Cougars tonight. and holding the explosive Cadets to just 20. Deal driving his feet, and now it turns into a rugby scrum. And they push him up north of the 45-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Pick up a 4. New set of downs. A minute and 13 seconds. That's just about going to wrap it up for the Cougars, although this one's been unattainable for a while. We are 60 seconds from it being official. Cougars about to improve to 2-2 on the season. And a bigger hole for Dial this time. Up to the 50 for a gain of 4. Inside of 30 seconds now. Last play of the game. Good handoff coming this way. Dial with the carry, 10.3 on the clock. Clock will stop as the chains move. And now they wind it again. 5. And that is going to be it as the Cougar faithful on the far side count down the last couple seconds. And a convincing victory against an undefeated opponent for the Coronado Cougars. 50-20 is our final. Cougars improved to 2-2, and the Cadets drop to 3-1 on the season. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the web stream tonight. Have a great weekend, everybody.
We'll see all the Cougar fans back here next Friday night for homecoming as your Cougars take on Liberty.